Hello guys and welcome to a Minecraft video. Today I'm going to go through the 1.16 Minecraft update, which brings a lot of changes to the Nether. I go live every single day of the week apart from Thursday at twitch.tv/SirPapaFox. Be appreciated if you go check me out live on Twitch. So we're going to start off with the biomes. This biome here is a crimson forest, so it's the red biome. It spawns in piglins and hoglins that you're going to find around in the area, along with a couple of other plants and obviously the red trees that you can see. You can even see a few piglins running around down there. The second biome is going to be the warped forest. Now, this is blue. It easily stands out in this red nether. It's a big change to the colour scheme. In this, you're going to be seeing a lot of endermen, so it's going to be like the end, and it's an easy place to get some ender pearls now. But yeah, this biome is going to be really standing out, especially as the nether used to be red, so it's a massive change in terms of a different colour scheme for once. So yeah, you're easily going to find one of these. They're pretty big, but yeah, they'll be spawning a lot of endermen, so you have to watch out for them. And the third biome is the Soul Sand Valley. Now this is going to spawn in skeletons, gas, and it's going to have basalt like pillars that you randomly see that connect the floor to the roof. This could be quite a dangerous biome as you're going to travel really slow, and all the mobs that spawn here are range mobs, so just keep that in mind before going there. And the fourth biome, and the last one, is the Basalt Deltas biome. Now you're going to see a lot of magma creams, a lot of magma blocks, and this is an ancient, like the ancient remains to a volcanic eruption. You're also going to be seeing a lot of blackstone that spawns in here and all the basalt blocks. Right, we're going to move on to the blocks and items. Like I said, we're going to start with the crimson blocks, and the first thing you're going to see is an actual plant. It's a crimson fungus. Now these are what grow the trees. So basically what you do, you plant on the ground, you're going to see them on the ground, and you bone meal them, and they'll grow into this red tree you see right here. Now the second plant you're going to see is a crimson root. Now this has no purpose, it's just a random plant in the crimson biome. Now, as you can see, is the wood. We have the crimson stem. Now, it's the wood that you get from the tree, and each one of these will give you 3 hyphae blocks. Just like every other tree, one of these stems will give you 4 crimson planks, which you can use to make various other items, just like all the other wooden planks. Here, as you can see, so there's a wooden plank. You can make the stairs, the fence, and the fence gate, a slab, a trapdoor, and a great door. I like that door there. And you can also have a button sign and a pressure plate with a crimson block. Now you can also strip both the crimson stem and the crimson hyphae blocks. As you can see on screen, that's what both of the blocks will look like. Now we're going to move on to the warped forest. Now there is an extra plant here, but just like the crimson, we have a warped fungus. Now obviously, just like the crimson again, you plant it in the ground, or you see it on the ground, you bone meal it, and you get the warped tree. As you can see, it's this nice blue tree here. Also, you get a nether sprout that spawns in the warped biome. It's not really got a purpose, it's just like grass in the Minecraft overworld. You also have the warped root, which is basically the crimson root just in blue. Again, you'll see it on the ground with no real purpose. So, just like the crimson, we have the warped stem. One of these warped stems will get you 3 hyphae blocks. As you can see, warped hyphae right there. Also, like any other tree and the crimson tree, one warped stem will give you 4 warped planks. Now with these planks, you can make the same items with the crimson, the stair, fence gate, the slab, the trapdoor, and again another cool looking door, the button, pressure plate, and sign. Just like with the crimson, you can strip both the stem and the hyphae block. Obviously on the screen right now, you can see how both will look like when you do strip them with a axe. Now in both these biomes, they're going to spawn a twisting vine in the warps, and in the crimson, you're going to spawn a weeping vine. Now the weeping vine comes from the roof, and the twisting goes from the floor. They can't go vice versa. Moving on, we now have a new soul block. Now it's in the new soul biome, and it's called soul soil. Now as you can see, that is it compared to the soul sand that we are used to. This also makes fire turn blue on on soul sand now, as you can see it's right here. Now this is useful. It scares off piglins for some bizarre reason. They do not like blue fire. I do not know why, but that's the thing. So if you want to get rid of them, that's how you do it. Also with this new soul sand, it brings a new enchantment book, which I haven't had for a while. It's called Soul Speed. Now this makes it quicker to travel on soul sand. Now moving on, we have a soul campfire, basically a campfire that's got blue fire. This does do 2 times the amount of damage, so be careful if you do stand on it. It's the same crafting recipe, except you need some soul soil, and obviously there you'll get your soul campfire. Moving on, we have the soul lantern. Now this is again is the same recipe as a normal lantern, except you're going to need a soul torch, which you'll find out how to make in just a minute. Each one of these gives a light level of 10, so nothing special. Do keep in mind, remember the campfire does 2 times the amount of damage. To make the soul torch, you're going to need coal, stick, and again the soul soil block. So you're going to need to gather some of these blocks if you want to make this blue fire to get rid of the piglins. Moving on, we have a new light, and it's called the shroom light. Now you can see it spawn on the trees. Now you can gather this with a hoe or your hand. The hoe, if you go with your hoe, it'll be quicker, so that gives you a use to bring a hoe to the nether. It gives a light level of 15, so it's a bit brighter. Now one of the greatest decoration items in this update is the chain. Now I know a load of builders are going to be happy to see this enter the game. Moving on, we have a new mob called the Strider. Now this thing walks on lava, so if you want to walk on lava or get around on lava, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a warped fungus on a stick, which is basically just like the pigs. So you're going to have to put them together, you'll get it, and then go on your Strider, and then you just be able to drive around on the lava. Again, you're going to need a saddle though. When it does come out the lava, it does have the chance of dying, so make sure you don't drive it outside of the lava. It will try its best to get back in the lava, so do keep that in mind. There is a baby version and there is an adult version. Obviously right now I've got the adult version in front of us. Moving on, we have a target block. This is going to be great for some mini games. It's one of the blocks I'm a bit more excited about. So to make this, you're going to need 4 redstone, and you're going to need 1 hay bale, which is interesting. Now this gives off a redstone source when you shoot something at it, so you can use a trident, a bow, crossbow, and a snowball. If you hit a bullseye, it gives off a maximum amount of redstone power. If you hit the edge, you get a little bit of redstone power. So depending on where you hit will depend on how strong the redstone signal is. It goes up to 15 blocks away, so do keep that in mind. Remember, you can do a snowball, crossbow, or the trident, as well as the bow, as I demonstrate to you here. So this can be great for some mini game builders. Now something I'm looking forward to, or the block I'm looking forward to use the most, is the lodestone. It's great for server users because it basically acts as a spawn point. Now as we know, the compass points to the spawn, but as you can see, this compass ain't pointing to the spawn, but this one is. Now that is because if you L2 on the lodestone, that is going to act as a spawn point where that particular compass will point towards that block, and that is going to be great for anyone who makes a server. Moving on, we have some new ores, which I'm sure people are going to be looking forward to. We have the gilded blackstone. Now this is kind of useless in what it gives you. It's either going to give you 2 golden nuggets or up to 5 golden nuggets, or the block itself. Now the issue again the block itself is you can't smelt it, so you either build out of it or you mine it again with a chance to get golden nuggets. That's going to spawn near the piglins. Or you can get the Nether gold ore, which you have the chance to get in 2 golden nuggets or up to 6 golden nuggets. Or if you have a Fortune 3 pickaxe, you have the chance of getting up to 24 golden nuggets. However, you can get the block, and if you smelt it, you get 1 golden ingot. So it's up to you however you play that. You could get more if you have Fortune 3. Moving on to everyone's favourite block or favourite item so far is the ancient debris. Now this brings netherite into the game. To mine it, you're going to need a diamond pickaxe, and it's going to be found low in the nether, quite deep down, and it's going to be very, very rare. If you get 4 of these scraps and you get 4 golden ingots, you'll be able to make a netherite ingot. Now if you get 9 of these, you'll be able to make a netherite block, as you can see right here. There's the 9 of them in the same pattern as everything else, and there is a block of netherite, which I think is one of the coolest looking blocks to be added so far. Also has a kind of a metal sound, which is interesting when you place it and break it. Anyway, moving on to the tools and the armour. As you can see, you can get a netherite sword, pickaxe, axe, shovel, and a hoe. So I'm just going to go and show you these now. You can also put them in armor, obviously you can enchant it. So here's a armor without an enchantment and with an enchantment. Now, to get your diamond armor upgraded, you're going to need a smithing table, which I'm going to show you what it looks like here. So you're going to get, let's say, a diamond helmet. You're going to put 1 netherite ingot in there, and boom, there is a netherite helmet. However, you do lose a diamond helmet, so do keep that in mind before you make this transaction. Doesn't matter which diamond tool or armor you use, if you do upgrade to netherite, you will lose a diamond variation. Moving on to the black. So with the blackstone block, it's kind of basic. You can make a blackstone stair, you can make a blackstone slab, or a blackstone wall. Now, one of the most notable changes, as you can see, is also like vertical slabs, and that's because the wall stub is no more, doesn't exist. Now, when you put walls next to each other, it almost acts as a vertical slab, and it's the closest thing you're going to get to it. As you can see, it looks like a nice, neat wall, and I'm sure builders are going to be ecstatic with this change. You can also make it into polished blackstone, which gives you two more options. You obviously make the stair, slab, walls, but you can also make a pressure plate and a button. You cannot do this for the normal blackstone. As you can see, I'm just showing off a bit more of the wall change. Now, another block you can get with this polished blackstone is the chiseled blackstone, which I'm going to show you in a minute. As you can see, here it is, and it's got the piglin snout on it. That's one of my one of the funnier blocks, I think. It kind of looks pretty cool. But yeah, also with polished blackstone, you can make polished blackstone bricks, polished blackstone brick stairs, and the polished blackstone brick wall. God, that's a mouthful. Moving on, we have crying obsidian. Now, it's kind of useless. You do find it in ruined portals. Gives a light level of 10, which is interesting for obsidian. But yeah, it doesn't really have much of a purpose. You can get it from trading gold with piglins, which I'll show you off later. But other than that, you can find it obviously at the ruined portals, which should spawn in the overworld and in the nether. Again, you'll see them later on in the video. But there's kind of a decent thing that it can make, and that is the thing I'm about to show you here. It's called a respawn anchor. And this basically acts like a bed of the nether, as in if you power it up with glowstone, you're going to need 4 glowstone to power it up, and to make it you're going to need 3 glowstone, so that's 7 in total. You're also going to need 6 crying obsidian, and it basically will respawn you in the nether if you die and you power it up. Moving on, we have the basalt, we have the polished basalt and the normal basalt. Nothing really special about this block. I don't see it being used too much, but I'm going to show you off anyway, so here it is. Moving on, we have the quartz block that you see on the floor. To make this block, you're going to need 4 normal quartz, and it makes quartz brick, which is what's all on the floor. We'll show you it in a wall form here. I think it's a decent block, although it could be better in my opinion, but it's going to be a decent building block. So remember, you need 4 normal blocks of quartz, and that is how you get the quartz brick. Now, moving on to one of the most leaked things that was going to be in this update is the Pigstep music disc. So I'm going to be quiet and let you listen. So we're going to move on from that, but that is Pigstep. Now we're going to move on to the diamond toe, which now has a few more changes. Now it easily mines a wet sponge and normal sponge, which should be good for going into underwater monuments. Also mines any type of leaf, a dried kelp block, a shroom light, a hay bale, a warped wart block, and a nether wart block. So it mines all 8 of these blocks way quicker than any other tool, and if you have efficiency you could smash through things. And if you change to the observer, you can put tripwire hooks and a ladder on it now, and also changes to the bees. For them not to get lost, you now can only go to a maximum of 22 blocks away. We're going to move on to an interesting change which was discussed on my Twitch channel. What if you could shoot a flame arrow at TNT? Would it explode? It didn't, but now that's been put into the game. If you get a flame bow and shoot it at the TNT, as long as TNT is on, it will explode, as demonstrated right there. Now it doesn't make it any more powerful or less powerful. You can also shoot at a bell. Obviously you can hear the bell go off. I missed the second shot, but the third shot I do hit. Now with the campfire, you can put raw food on it now, which is a bit of a change. You can also shoot the campfire and light it again, providing you've got a flame bow. Keep that in mind, it has to be flame. That's an interesting change in my opinion. It's one of my favourite changes of the update. And moving on to another mob, we have the zombified piglin. Now this basically, as in the name, it's just a zombified piglin. There's nothing really major about it. But yeah, here it is. It's a bit of an ugly fella. But yeah, moving on to the piglin. Now this is a bit more important. Now these things love gold. I'm not sure why. They've got an obsession. But yeah, here's what it looks like. But if you give it a piece of gold, it's L2 gold on it, then it starts shaking around and it starts looking at it for a bit. Doesn't really do much. But then eventually it's going to throw you an item. Now you can get quartz. Obviously I got ender pearls. I got up to 5 ender pearls. Unfortunately I didn't show you. However, it will spawn into a zombified piglin in the overworld. Keep that in mind. Moving on to the zoglin. Now this is the zombified version of the hoglin, which I'll show you later. And this thing has got some anger issues. This thing will go after anything with a pulse, anything that moves, it will just start attacking apart from its own kind. Definitely do not want to come in contact with that if you're not prepared. Also, I'm going to show you with the hoglin here. So obviously these are the spawn eggs. I feel like they got the colours the wrong way round personally. I'm not sure if that was something they accidentally did. But yeah, here is the hoglin. I've got a barrier block if you wondered why you could see through these things. Now these things do spawn into a zombified hoglin in the overworld. Now let's put a zoglin in with these two fellas. As you can see, it will start attacking them. They do have a pretty decent knockback, both do, keep that in mind. The hoglins will not attack you unless you attack it. So just keep that in mind before you go and attack, but they are quite powerful. And moving on to some structures, here you have the ruined portals. They spawn in the overworld and in the nether. They do come with a chest, crying obsidian. You'll know it when you see it. Now this place is called the Bastion Remnant. Now this has a load of gold, and it also is where the piglins call home. There's quite a ruined building, it has loads of holes in. You're going to find chests that could have ancient scraps, gold, some worn down diamond tools. But yeah, they are going to attack you if you decide to enter this building. The only way they won't attack you is if you wear some golden armor, and then they will leave you alone. But they do love gold, so do not mind any gold while they're in sight, because they will try and attack you, and that's the same with opening their chest. Thankfully I was in creative, so I didn't get attacked, but do keep that in mind if you're in survival, especially as there's lava often going to be around. Obviously, as you can see, I got a netherite scrap right there. Obviously a few magma creams as well, depending on the spawn point. Now thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a few things about the Nether update. Now I did have a few friends helping me here. I have Stuart Little and Awesome. And yes, you can now do emotes in Minecraft. One of the biggest changes. See you guys.